Welcome back. LT Volk here with episode 17 of the Fallout 2 playthrough. In this episode, we're gonna continue killing off the Hans in Vault 15. But first, let's descend back to level 2 and grab an item that I didn't know was there. Thankfully, one of the viewers, Collab1, has informed me about it in the comments section. So here we go. Combat armor. It's got much better damage resistances than the combat leather armor that I have. And it's gonna make the next couple fights a lot easier. And up here, let's give this leather jacket to Sulik. And have him wear it. Which is gonna improve his survivability a little bit as well. Alright, there we go. Good deal. And now we can descend to level 3 and start killing off all of the enemies. But once again, Collab1, thank you for the tip. It's greatly appreciated. And up here, let's reload this assault rifle so I have an option of a burst shot. Sulik, where are you going, brother? No, Sulik. Come back. Yeah, don't want him to get like freaking surrounded by all of the enemies. And up here, we're gonna walk through this door and fire a couple burst shots into this female guard. 1, 2. And now she's using a stim pack and running in closer. And the rest of the enemies from the neighboring room are running in as well. And my character got knocked down, but what looks like a ripper. Is it a ripper? Yes, it is a ripper. Alright. Let's switch to the Magnum and start shooting on this female guard. Very good. Killed her off with one shot, and now we're just gonna continue firing on the guy with the Ripper. Missed one of my 95% chance shots, which is unfortunate, but it happens. So let's continue shooting. 1, 2. Blew a giant hole through him as well. Very good. And reload. And then turn. And then turn. Alright, Sulik, you follow me. Or maybe not. Alright, I think I gotta push him out of the way. And then turn. How about that? That worked. He was blocking the doorway, so the AI couldn't figure out how to get to my character. 1, 2, 3. Killed him off. And reload. Alright, that guy seems to have a shotgun of some sort, or is it a hunting rifle? A hunting rifle. Alright, guy with a hunting rifle, there you go. Knocked you down with the first shot, missed the second shot, and the third shot killed him off. That's like 295% shots that missed in this fight. 1, 2, 3. And reload. And Sulik was able to finish her off. The guy with the SMG pulled out a knife, tried to hit my character but missed. So my character is now unloading on him with the Magnum. Alright. So far so good. Now, let's go back to Doc Jones and have him heal us up for free. Because I want to save up the stim packs for the Darion fight. Because it can be pretty hairy. Because he's got a whole bunch of very dangerous bodyguards. that can really mess up your day. Alright, open up this guy. Descend a couple floors back to 3rd level. And prepare for the fight, I guess. Alrighty. And up here, let's reload the assault rifle. Open this door. And then prepare to shoot. And you can actually walk in and talk to Darion. But he says that he is not interested in what we have to say and just says, let's get it over with. And then you're surrounded by all these enemies. So, I think I'm just gonna open up with the burst shot here on Darion. And then fire another one as well. And hopefully some of them do some damage, but it didn't seem like it. Darion pulls out a flamer and is running in now. And these guys are really dangerous. They got combat armor, assault rifles, and like 94 health. So we're gonna try to do as much damage as we can here. Alright, reloads and fire a shot from our sidearm as well. Into this guy that's getting into my face. And Darion was hit with friendly fire and using a whole bunch of stim packs. Alright, Sulik smacked down one of the enemies. And this guy's got how much health? 94 health. I think I'm just gonna focus fire him. Gonna fire 3 shots into him with the Magnum. Hopefully he's gonna use another stim pack. Darion was hit with friendly fire and killed. There we go. And we actually should be fine from now on. I hope. Alright, this guy's got 55 health. My character is gonna use some stim packs of my own to heal up to max health, or close to it. And then we're gonna unload on the guy in the combat armor. 1 and the 2. And once again, they're firing their burst shots. And took a little bit of damage too, which is not great. And Sulik is knocking down the guy in the combat armor, which works pretty well for me. Let's heal up again. As you can see, I'm just barely surviving here. But once we thin their ranks a little bit, kill this guy off, and then probably kill this guy off, we should be in pretty good shape. Oh, he's only got 3 HP. Alright, yeah. Move this way and fire a burst shot, which killed one of the enemies off. And this time their damage rolls weren't that great, thankfully. And we should be able to finish off one of these guys at least. This guy. There we go. Killed him off. How much health you got, guy? 78. Alright, let's break line of sight for the guy in the combat armor. And then fire on this guy. And reload. Now the dog is running in as well. Sulik's doing a little bit of damage. And my character is just gonna run around the corner once again to break the line of sight. And let's reload the assault rifle as well. Sulik knocks down the melee guy. And now I'm gonna unload at him with the Magnum. 1, 2, which kills him off. And actually, let's heal up. Just in case. But I think we should be doing pretty good. Yeah. Tried to say something and it didn't come out the way I intended. Here's 2 shots. And let's fire the 3rd shot into him as well. Why not? Hopefully he heals up. Yep. Keeps healing up and fired another burst shot, but it didn't do any damage. How much health you got, guy? 64. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And reload. He uses another stim pack and fires another burst shot that did a little bit of damage. And now Sulik knocked him down, which is very good. Finished him off, and now finished off the mean dog as well. Alright. We did it! And let's use this computer. And it says, you're having difficulty accessing the files, huh? Alright. That's fair. I guess. Well, we can try it again. Right? Alright. Forget it. Let's loot all of the enemies. And continue on our merry way. Oh, that guy actually just had spike knuckles. I thought he had like a power fist. Oh, this guy had power fist. Alright. I smell what you're cooking. Alright, Sulik, I need you to grab a whole bunch of this gear. Because it's weighing me down. And take a whole bunch of this ammo as well. Sounds good. Who else do we have here? Did we kill off any other enemies? Oh, yeah, there we go. Darion got killed off by friendly fire. And he's got some buff out in the flamer that we're gonna sell off.
What you be needing?
Alright, Sulik, I be needing you to grab this flamer. And trade. Sounds good. And that's it for now. Now let's continue grabbing the gear from all of these enemies. That power fist is gonna be pretty good for Sulik. I think there are no more enemies here. How about up here? No? Well, that's fine as well. Let's check these lockers. Got these Vault 15 computer parts, which can be used for a quest later on. And an SMG. The SMG. Alright. What else do we have here? A P90. Let's take that. Sulik. Take some more stuff. Because I'm gonna try and grab as much of this as I can. To sell off at the next location, which is probably gonna be NCR. And let's see. Yeah, the assault rifle I'll take. Combat shotgun. And already over encumbered. Which is quite alright. Still should be fine. Here we go. Sulik, some more gear. You and your grumpy bone are a very big asset to me, Sulik. And actually, in this game, he's been a lot more useful than I remember. And Sulik, I don't think you can actually find his sister in the vanilla game. There is a fan mod called Fallout 2 Restoration Project that actually restores the quest, where there is a new location where you can fight a whole bunch of slavers and save his sister. But not in the vanilla game. And I think I'm actually just gonna... hold on. Hold that thought. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap him out for another companion once we get to Vault 13. Not really gonna spoil it because it's a pretty cool companion. Another melee character that does crazy amount of damage. Got like really good critical hit chance too. So there you have it. That's it for now, Sulik. And let me finish looting all of the bodies here that are piled up after our little incursion. Or excursion, if you will. Whichever works best. The terminal indicates that all security systems in the vault are offline due to power failure. Alright, that's not good. How about this guy? What can you tell me about this guy? You're having difficulty accessing the files. Alright. I think there is an item that you can get from there, but I think my science skill is a little too low. So perhaps it's the time to level up my science skill with all the books and manuals. And this guy is gonna heal us up again. There we go. And end turn. And I don't think I'm gonna do the exploit for the skill points. And the way it works is because books give you less skill points the higher your skill is. You use something like alcohol or mentats, wait until it wears off and your like perception and intelligence drops, and then you read the books. But like I said, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna unload some of this gear into here. Into my handy dandy highwayman, yeah. And actually, let's grab those books. Where are they? Big books of science, yeah. All 5 of them. Alright. And let's read them. And actually, cancel that. We've got how much science? Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there we go. 26. And after we read all 5 of them, it's gonna be significantly higher. Alright, there's the 3rd one, the 4th one, and the 5th one. And now our science is at 55, and let's bump it up to 70. Nah, 65. That's good. Yeah. As I was saying about the exploit, you drop your primary stat for the books that you got. You read them all. Gain extra like 1 or 2 skill points per book. And then once the penalty to your primary special stat returns to normal, your skill gets bumped up by quite a bit as well. Alright, and all of the bodies have disappeared now. which is quite alright. I just wanna access a computer and see what we can learn. And I'm just doing it because there is like a side quest about trader in the NCR. Come on, computer. There we go. You access the computer and quickly scan all available files. Among some personal journal entries, you find several detailed reports on the NCR. It seems there is a spy on their council. You copy the reports to a holodisk. It's gonna increase our standing with NCR by quite a bit. And up here, let's try using this computer and see if there's any other interesting stuff on there. You access the computer and quickly scan all available files. You find the location of Vault 13 and copy it to your Pip-Boy. There we go, very good. And Sulik is overloaded, which is still quite alright. And now I'm just gonna grab all of the gear from Sulik and load it into the Highwayman. And then we can go up to Vault 13, which should have the Gek. And then we can travel back to Arroyo, which seems like, you know, it's the end of the... end of the game, but not really. It's only like a halfway point. Anywho, Sulik, get over here and start unloading some of this gear.
What you be needing?
I be needing to grab all of this gear. For reals. Here you go. And I'll probably just, not gonna comment anything, but I'll speed this up in my editing software. Just so it doesn't, take as long as it's gonna take. Alright, and there you have it. Painstaking several minutes for me, a few seconds for you. And let's go talk to Zeke and see if he is thankful. And he says, "You've done it, friend. We're no longer under Darion's yoke. Thank you." Alright. Yeah. Gives me nice warm and fuzzy feeling there. And now we're ready to move to Vault 13. Alrighty, so let's hop into our trusty Highwayman and start driving towards Vault 13. And see if we can actually locate the Gek in there. And the answer is yes. You know, spoiler alert. So, if you recall, this is the opening area of Fallout 1, where you had to kill off a whole bunch of ants. And now we can see an outer door and the door terminal. And we're able to enter it freely. And we got a level to boot. And let's see, bonus rate of fire. Absolutely. That's one of the greatest perks you can ever get. So now, for this pistol, I can fire off 5 shots, which is fairly insane. Nothing in this locker. And we got some death claws. Hello. And this death claw says, "Do not fear me, human. I do not intend to harm you. I am Grothar, leader of this Deathclaw pack. Why have you come here? I'm looking for something called a gek. I was told I could find one here. A gek? Is that not a small lizard? No. Wait. That is a gecko. I am sorry, but I do not know what a gek is, nor where it can be found. Will you let me look in to look for it? I am sorry, but I do not allow just anyone to wander these holes. I am responsible for the safety of all who live here, and I must exercise caution. I can understand your concern. You don't know me well enough to trust me. What if I could help you out somehow, and in return, you allow me to look around? Grother stares you intently for a moment. You would be interested in helping us? Yes, I sense little evil in you. Very well, I shall place my trust in you. Thank you. There are many machines here, machines built by humans. Deathclaw hands cannot use these machines. However, there is one machine that understands questions. I ask it to run the other machines and it obeys. This machine no longer listens. It will no longer run the other machines. We are running out of food and water. I have ordered raids on the human lands so that we may survive. I'm not proud of this, and I would put an end to it if you repair this machine. I will be able to feed my people once again. I will gladly stop the raids. Will you agree to this? I will do what I can for you. Thank you. The machine is in the Vault Control Center on the 3rd level. If you can repair it, please do so. I am placing my trust in you. Please do not betray it. You are welcome here. Thanks. I'll get on it. And there we go. It's kind of cool. Talking Deathclaws. And up here we have a short man carrying a book in his hands. He says, "Hello, I'm Joseph the Herbalist. What can I help you with?" Let's barter. Joe the Herbalist doesn't have anything to barter. So I'm just gonna say, I wanted to ask you some questions. What would you like to know? Are you a prisoner here? No, I'm not a prisoner. I stay because I'm needed here. I've learned to accept the fact that some of my patients are Deathclaws. That's very commendable of you. What would you like to know? Can you leave here if you want? Yes, I can, and often do. I have to collect my herbs from time to time, and I've never been stopped. I used to wonder if the Deathclaws were secretly following me, and whether or not they would stop me if I tried to leave. So one day, I put that theory to the test. I traveled to another town and stayed there a week or so before returning. When I got back, I was warmly welcomed. Gruthar, the pack leader, came to me privately and personally thanked me for coming back. Now, I am definitely here because I want to be. Alright. What would you like to know? What can you tell me about the Deathclaws? Well, let's see. Deathclaws appear to be mutated Jackson chameleons, the horn variety. There are a lot of similarities still present, but an even greater number of differences. The mutation factor is quite high. This species is highly intelligent, about the equivalent of an 8-year-old, with some individuals reaching human normal level. Their learning capacity is very high, and they're capable of abstract thought and reasoning. Although they do not have vocal cords, the Deathclaws seem to mimic human speech, much the same as a parrot does. I have yet to discover the exact mechanism behind this, so I'm unable to say more at this time. Socially, they're pack animals, with a very rigid code of ethics. They're led by an alpha male who rules with the mutual consent of the pack. They appear to be extremely loyal to the pack as a whole, treating it as a family unit rather than having individual families as humans do. Their sense of right and wrong is very well defined. They do follow a code of ethics that is enforced by the pack as a whole. Violence is never used as a solution to a problem among the pack as far as I can see. There have been no capital crimes committed here, so I can't say how those are handled. That's about all I can think of now. I hope this helps you.
Wow, I'm impressed with your knowledge.
What would you like to know?
How did you come to be here in the first place?
I was gathering some herbs one night when a voice called to me, out of the darkness. I have been watching you, it said, and I know that you're a healer. Are you dedicated enough to your art to heal someone foreign to you? Someone whom many would consider an enemy? I answered that I respected all life and would do my best to heal the injured, regardless of who or what they were. I thought it was some thief or raider who had gotten himself hurt and needed a doctor. You can't begin to imagine my surprise when a couple of Deathclaws stepped out of the night with an injured companion. Somebody had shot him up real good. I told them I couldn't work on him where we were, so they blindfolded me and brought me here. I've been here from that day forward.
You are truly a dedicated man who deserves recognition.
What else you'd like to know?
Thanks for the information. I'll be heading out now.
Alright, so there we go. Gathering some information about what's going on, and this guy seems to be fairly happy to be here. Let's go to the second level and talk to one of these Deathclaws, who says, "Hello, human."
Sorry to bother you, but who are you?
I Dar, warrior.
I am Volk, Dar.
What you want?
What is your job at the vault?
Dar guard hole and keep peace, nothing more.
Well, you're doing fine, Dar. Just keep it up.
What you want?
Please don't take offense, but how educated are you?
Not much, but I learn. Gruthar, he leader, tells us all to learn.
Grother is right. You should all try to educate yourselves.
What you want?
Well, just passing the time.
Alrighty. Let's see what else we've got here. Got some sort of a chapel with Brotherhood of Apocalypse guy? See a lean man in long robes. He appears to be in deep thought. And he says, "Welcome, traveler. I am called Gordon, and I am the shrine keeper. What can I help you with?"
It's a pleasure to meet you, Gordon. I am Volk. Can I ask you some questions?
Certainly, you may.
What is the shrine dedicated to?
This shrine is dedicated to an unnamed hero, known only as the Vault Dweller. He or she was the savior of all who lived here several decades ago. We do not know what became of our savior, but he or she lived on in our minds and hearts.
Very commendable, Gordon. Can I ask you some more questions?
What would you like to know?
How long have you been here?
I have lived all my life here in this vault. I have been a shrine keeper for most of those years.
Then you were here when the Deathclaws took over.
No, my friend, I was not. I left a few months ago to visit the statue of the Vault Dweller erected in the Central Court of the NCR. The new California Republic east of here. When I returned to the vault, I found the Deathclaws were already here. Needless to say, I was in shock. However, I am convinced that they are not responsible for what happened to my fellow citizens. If by chance you want more information on this matter, you can seek out Goris in the library.
I'll keep this in mind.
What would you like to know?
What can you tell me about the Deathclaws?
I have lived with the Deathclaws for several months now. They seem to be honorable and forthright in their dealings with me and the other humans who live here. I trust them, and in time, I think you will as well.
I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
What would you like to know?
Why do you stay here?
My place is here at the shrine. I will not leave it willingly.
Your dedication is admirable.
What would you like to learn? Let's see if you got anything to barter. He does not again.
Thanks, Gordon. Goodbye.
Alright, so got a little shrine to our grandfather. It's like, yeah, it's unnamed hero. Actually, he is named Volk. And my character is named after him as well. Guy. Alright, and up here we got a tall, slender man. Who says, "Is there something that I can help you with, stranger?"
Yes, I'd like to ask you some questions.
What do you want?
Who are you?
My name is Matt. Doesn't matter?
Not really.
What do you want?
Are you a prisoner here?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I stumbled upon this place and got myself captured by the Deathclaws. They give me freedom of movement within the lower levels of the vault, but I can never go to level 1, where the exit is.
Why?
Because unlike the rest of the sheep who live here, I recognize them as a threat to humanity. They know that if I get out of here, I will see to it that they are wiped off the face of the earth. Look, they can think for themselves. They can learn. They can read and even write if they dip a claw in ink. They're fast, tough, perceptive, and deadly. If their numbers grows large enough, they will be the greatest threat that the human race would ever face. Think about it. They need to be eliminated.
I realize that they're a potential threat, but I trust them.
Ah, you're a fool to trust them. If you change your mind, come back and get me.
Bye.
And there we go. And got another guy right up here who says, "Oh, didn't see you standing there."
That's okay. We all space out at times. Say, you look rather down. May I ask why?
I was born 2 months premature. When I was 1, I was dropped on the porch. When I was 2, I had pneumonia. When I was 3, I got the chicken pox. When I was 4, I fell down the stairs and broke 6 ribs. When I was 5, my uncle was decapitated by a watermelon. When I was 6, my parents hit me in the head with a shovel. When I was 7, I lost my right index finger to my pet rat. When I was 8, my dog Spike got hit by a tractor. When I was 9, my mother lost their arm to a rabid Brahmin. When I was 10, my sister was torn to bits by a pack of dogs. When I was 11, my grandfather killed himself because I was ugly. When I was 12, my grandmother killed herself because I was ugly. When I was 13, my father poked out his eyes with a pitchfork in a drunken stupor. When I was 14, my brother lost his hand to a wallaby. When I was 15, my aunt choked to death on a chicken bone. When I was 16, I lost my cousin to a badger. When I was 17, I cut off my right big toe with a hoe. When I was 18, my father lost his right leg to the same tractor that killed my dog. When I was 19,
I'm truly sorry that you've had so much pain in your life. Hopefully things have gotten better.
well, there I was, traveling through the desert, when suddenly my Brabant falls over dead. About then, I realized that I was low on water and hadn't had a drink in quite a while. Later, my bones began to ache, my head started to hurt, my bowels became loose, and I got this rash that just wouldn't go away. It was time to sit down and die. Well, there I was, sitting in the desert, waiting for the world to swallow my miserable existence, when a pack of deathclaws show up. I'm thinking to myself, this is it. Now I can die. I can wind up as a pile of deathclaw shit in the middle of the desert. But no. Fate had yet another cruel card to play against me. You see, the deathclaws didn't kill me. Instead, they gave me water, brought me here, gave me this room, gave me food, cleaned me up, and now they won't let me leave. I know, they're fattening me up for some unknown, horrible fate. I keep telling them that I would probably taste better if I was leaner, but it does no good. They just smile, if you can call it that, and pat me on the head and say, "Don't worry, human, things will get better." Ha! We both know what that means. Anyways, to make matters worse, then they started giving me some sort of medication. It was making me gassy, so I stopped taking it. And it's a good thing I did. I think it was some sort of mind control pill because I started to feel like things weren't actually as bad as I thought. Anyways, that's about it. I'm just waiting for the dinner bell to chime so that they can fist on my bloated body.
Please, tell me that you don't have any children.
Nope. When I turned 22, the strange fungus started to grow on my test.
Stop. I don't want to know.
That's pretty funny. Anywho, let's continue down to the 3rd level and see what we can locate there. Got cafeteria, this armory, and looks like some female guards as well. Alright, let's talk to you, lady. And she says, "Well, I'll be. How are you doing, Volk? I hope everything worked out for you at the squad."
Dahlia, thanks to you, things worked out great.
Hey, I'm glad to hear that. It was my pleasure to do what I could for you. So, what can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
What do you want to know?
Are you a prisoner here?
No, I'm not. I'm here of my own free will, and I like it. I think this will be the safe place for me to stay for a while.
Alright.
What do you want to know?
Can you leave anytime you want?
Yeah, I've been told I'm free to go or stay. I'm staying for now.
Okay then.
What do you want to know?
What can you tell me about the Deathclaws?
I don't know any more about them than you do, I guess. I'm still trying to get used to them talking to me, instead of tearing my head off and using it for a golf ball. It's scary, you know?
Yes, it is. in a lot of ways.
What do you want to know?
How did you come to be here?
After I left the squad, I didn't know what to do with myself. I figured I'd just drift into another town and another hired gun job. So I was wandering the desert, trying to decide exactly where I should go. Well, one day I was looking for a good place to camp. It was getting late, and I didn't want to be in the open after dark. Off in the distance, a ways, I thought I saw a campfire. So I decided to see who was there. So I sneak up on this campsite, and there are these two deathclaws sitting around the fire, just chatting away. Idiot that I am, I let out a little cry of surprise, jumped up, and turned to run, right into the arms of another deathclaw standing right behind me. Anyway, to make a long story short, it took a while for me to realize that I wasn't about to be put on a spit and barbecued. Instead, I was brought here and interviewed by Gruthar. Now I can live here if I want.
That's interesting.
What do you want to know?
Why are you worried about needing a place of safety?
When I let you buy me in the squad, I broke my contract with my employer. I was sure that I'd be hunted down and killed because of it. Seeing you here convinces me that I don't have to worry about that. I can only assume that the previous employer is no longer in any condition to be concerned with me or my whereabouts.
You're safe now, Dahlia. You'll have no need to worry about any retribution.
Thanks, Volk. That takes a load off my mind.
You're welcome.
What do you want to know?
Thanks. I'll talk at you later.
That's kinda cool. We got this character from a previous area who made it up here. And here we see a short, slender woman wearing blue velvet sundress. And she says, "Hello, I'm Ariel. I don't think I've seen you here before. Who are you?"
Hello, Ariel. My name is Volk. Yes, I'm new here.
It's a pleasure to meet you. What can I help you with?
I'm sorry to intrude on your solitude, but could you answer some questions?
All right.
Are you a prisoner here?
Nah, I can leave anytime I want. The Deathclaws have made that very clear to me. They don't hold anyone here against their will as far as I know.
I see.
What do you want to know?
Are you treated all right by the Deathclaws?
Yes, they provide me with food, water, shelter, and protection. I feel safe here. And that's more than I could ask for.
All right. I need to ask some more questions.
What do you want to know?
Would you like to leave the vault?
I considered it, but I would have to say no. I feel safer here than anywhere else I've ever lived. I do get lonely for the company of other people like myself, but hopefully others will come to live here in the future and satisfy the need.
You've been very helpful, but I must trouble you for more.
What do you want to know?
So, tell me, Ariel, why are you so sad?
My husband recently died. I miss him, and I'm having problems adjusting. That's all.
I'm sorry to hear that. How did it happen?
My husband and I were traveling with a caravan on its way to the New California Republic. We wanted to start a new life for ourselves and our daughter, Sandy. Unfortunately, the caravan was attacked by raiders one night, and it was incredibly brutal. They killed everyone, men, women, and children. Rand, my husband, died trying to defend Sandy and me we were to die next when the miracle occurred. I was holding Sandy behind me, trying to keep her from the monster that just shot Rand. He stood next to my husband's body and laughed at me as he aimed his gun at my head. Suddenly, this huge claw came out of nowhere, grabbed him from behind, and, well, thank goodness that Sandy didn't see what happened next. Anyways, the raiders were being wiped out by this group of Deathclaws. The one that saved Sandy and me stood near us and talked to me. He kept reassuring me that I was safe and that he was sorry that he couldn't have gotten there sooner to help us. Afterwards, the Deathclaws brought us here.
Thank goodness that you and your daughter are safe.
What do you want to know?
I must be going now.
So there we go. Pretty much most of the people that are like live and let live got good things to say about the Deathclaws. Alrighty, let's use one of the computers here and see what we can dig up. Nope, nothing here. Monitor, computer. I think there's supposed to be a computer that we can utilize to learn some skill points. But maybe not. Alright, moving on. And I think there is that computer that's got the, that we can talk at. Yeah. You see a Deathclaw. It watches us with strangely intelligent eyes. It says, "Greetings, human."
Hello. Who are you?
I am called Valdis, and you are?
Glad to meet you. I'm Volk.
How may I serve you?
What's your job?
I am currently guarding this area of the vault against any unauthorized personnel.
Well, you certainly seem to know your job well.
How may I serve you?
No offense to your fellow Deathclaws, but you sound more educated, shall we say.
Yes, we're quite diverse in our levels of education. I'm doing my best to continue mine in my spare time.
That's an excellent goal. Keep it up.
How may I serve you?
Well, just passing the time.
Alright, so let's enter through here and try to repair this computer, or talk to the guy first that's trying to repair the computer and see what we can learn. And he says, "Oh, hello there. I'm Jim, or Jimmy. What you up to?"
Hi, Jim. I'm Volk. Can I ask you some questions?
What would you like to know?
What do you do here?
Well, we're having some computer problems, and I'm looking into it. Unfortunately, my forte is software, not hardware.
Yes, Gruthar mentioned this to me and asked me to take a look. Do you mind?
You can't make matters any worse than they already are. Go right ahead.
Alright, but I need to ask you a couple of things first.
What would you like to know?
What's all this machinery for?
This is the mainframe computer system and related support devices. From here, all functions of the vault are remotely controlled.
Ah, I see.
What would you like to know?
Isn't this the Vault Overseer room?
Normally, the Vault Overseer would be stationed here, but Vault 13 has been fully automated.
Why? I mean, isn't that unusual?
I don't know the full story, but at one point in the Vault's history, there was a rebellion. The overseer was either killed or overthrown. I'm not sure which. Anyway, the leaders of the revolution didn't want to entrust the fate of the people to another overseer, so they installed this mainframe. The records say it was purchased from... Oh, what was the name? Ah, I remember. The Brotherhood of Steel.
Can you tell me anything about the Brotherhood?
Nah, I'm sorry, but I have no information on them. This all happened ages ago, and I've never found any reference to them other than this one. However, it's my understanding that the Brotherhood was a military outfit, and there are some ruins of what appears to be a military base west of here. That may be what's left of them.
Alright, let me ask you some other questions then.
What would you like to know?
Are you here in the vault because you want to be?
Oh yeah. I've liked it here ever since I stumbled upon the place, and I don't really want to leave. I've always been a loner, and I don't much care for people. No offense intended.
None taken.
What would you like to know?
What do you think about the Death Claws?
Well, in some ways, I admire them for what they are and what they are trying to become. In other ways, they scare the hells out of me. I don't think I'll ever get used to the fact that they're just as smart as I am. Well, some of them are that smart.
Do you think they're a threat to human society?
Oh, absolutely. They're far superior to us physically, and they're our equals mentally. That makes them a pretty big threat. However, it all comes down to morals and ethics in the end. Fortunately, they seem to be ethical and morally well developed.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
What would you like to know?
I think I'll be going now.
And actually, I think it's a pretty good spot to end the episode. We talked to pretty much everybody. And now we got this quest to fix the mainframe. And I believe we can't really do it right now. We need like a voice modulator to fix it. But there is gonna be a gek in one of these lockers. So on the next episode, we're gonna grab it. Or try to figure out what's wrong with the mainframe. Grab some gear from the lockers. Grab this guy, who is a recruitable companion, and then head over to back to Arroyo, I guess. So, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good plan to me. As always, thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon.